Hey guys, and welcome to a new kind of thing, I suppose you could say. I did a kind of Ride Wars series ages ago and it was really bad, and I claimed to prefer Rita over Stealth and Sonic Spinball over Dragon's Fury, and I was a bad person back then. Basically, this is a new thing I'm bringing back, Ride Wars, and in today's Ride Wars, it's Saw the Ride versus the Smiler, as you can see by the screen there, pitching the two major Gerstlauers at the two major Merlin parks in the UK. That's Thrill Seeker Major, by the way. So yeah, let's just get straight into the comparison of these two rides. So the way this is going to work is basically there's a bunch of different categories and each category for the ride is scored out of 10. At the end of the video, if there's any categories you think I've missed out and should be added, then tell me in the comments and I'll be sure to add them. But anyway, as you can see here, the first category is the layout of the ride. So the Smiler is going to be scoring 4 out of 10 for its layout. It's not the greatest layout, but it isn't too bad. I mean, it's kind of an average layout. The transitions, a lot of people I know moan about the transitions. They're not the greatest, to be fair. And then Saw the Ride's layout gets a 4 once again. The layouts on both these rides are pretty poor, I'll be honest. Saw's is, yeah, fair enough, it's alright, but it towards the end it's a bit more of a jolty layout and it's too fast for what it is. So next up we have theming, both very well themed rides, I will say. Despite the fact the theme on the Smiler may not be too much of a good idea, it is still well themed and fits the theme it's meant to be achieving very well, the kind of sinister, happy theme. So we obviously have 7 out of 10 for the Smiler, and then Saw the Ride, even though it is an IP, does just score 8 out of 10, bettering the Smiler by 1. Inversions then are up next, and considering the Smiler has the most inversions on a coaster in the world, you would think it would take this one, and it does score 7 out of 10. Towards the end of the ride, it does get a lot rougher on those. The final 2 barrel rolls are horrendous in my opinion. You really have to just let the ride ride you for them. It's horrible, them two. And then Saw the Ride in terms of inversions, 3 out of 10, and Saw the Ride is losing a load of points here. Its first inversion, the Immelman, isn't too bad, but then after that its inversions are rough. It's basically like the other 2, I believe, inversions on the ride. The indoor inversion on Saw the Ride's really good. The other inversions on the ride, however, are literally like those last 2 on the Smiler. They're hard to ride, they're rough, I just don't like them at all. So Saw the Ride is only going to get 3 points on this one. Airtime then is up next, and the Smiler in terms of airtime, it really only has those 2 airtime hills through the middle of the ride in which you can experience like true airtime, and so it does get 2 out of 10 for it. And Saw the Ride only really has the 1, which is a really good airtime hill though, to be fair. You get a proper good pop going over that, and so that has scored it 5 out of 10. So obviously, despite the lack of airtime hills on both the rides, Saw's is a lot superior to the Smilers, so Saw does win. Throughput then is up next, and both these rides are notoriously bad for their throughput. The Smiler I've seen on 2 hours before, and Saw the Ride, I had to queue an hour for it, but I've seen it a lot worse than that in pictures and so. So the Smiler is only going to score 4 out of 10, and Saw the Ride is only going to score 5 out of 10 on throughput. The overall experience then, this is kind of the full ride taken into consideration. The queue line, the theming, the ride itself, this is just the full thing from start to finish rated out of 10. For the Smiler, I'm going to give it 5 out of 10. It's rough, the ride itself, although the queue line, the theming prior to the ride is pretty good. The station's alright, it's pretty weak, but I do like the blinding light as you go into it. It really helps just position the theme in the rider's head well. And then obviously the ride itself it's alright, it's not too bad, it's rough and it's hard to ride, and it does have the big structure in the middle, which is good. So yeah, it's 5 out of 10, theming's alright, ride itself not so good, and So the Ride scores 5 out of 10 also. The whole experience on the ride itself for me isn't too good, however it is the indoor section that helps boost the experience. Anyway, that means the total of the two is the Smiler scoring 28 out of a possible 60 points that were available, and So the Ride, will they get higher or lower than the Smiler? If you're good at mental maths, you'll have worked it out already. So the Ride have scored 30 points, meaning So the Ride does win this park wall. Well done, So the Ride. And the reason for me, I'm saying that So is better than the Smiler is, as I said, the indoor section. It's really well themed, there's some nice drops in there, and especially if you get on the second car during the dispatch, then you get to sit in the pre-show room for a bit longer, which is really good. So the indoor section for me really makes So the better of the two rides, even though both rides are, to be fair for what they are, pretty weak. Anyway guys, tell me which one you would have had win in the comments below, and obviously, as I said, tell me if I should add or take away any of the categories in this video. Thanks for watching guys, and until next time, goodbye.